Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. Fairly recently, the activities of sit at home, which many says is an approach by IPOB to ensure that Nnamdi Kanu is released from prison, has gotten into Delta State, and its enforcement was carried out by some UGM. But Delta State, being that they understand the reason for the agitation of Biafra, had decided instead to fight, but to send an appeal across to IPOB. And we are going to be looking at that in a jiffy because when you see people who have understanding of days and time like this, it will help faster to cure, whatever issue that is staring at their face. Wisdom is profitable to direct, our people will say, and the Holy Scripture also says same. So let's look at what the Delta State government has to say as an appeal to the members of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. And according to the news, the Delta State government has appealed to members of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB to adopt other ways of driving home the agitation. Although it blamed the Nigerian government for its poor handling of agitation in the country, it noted that the current sit-at-home approach was not only putting the lives of residents in danger, but also negatively affecting the economy of the southeast and neighboring states. Hoodlums suspected to be linked to IPOB while enforcing the sit-at-home order allegedly take out one person, raise two trucks and one tricycle, and riddle a Volkswagen car with bullets on Wednesday in Ubelu near Asaba, Delta State. Addressing journalists after the State Executive Council meeting in Asaba, Commissioner for Information Charles Aniagu admitted that the Nigerian government did not handle the issue relating to the leader of IPOB Nnamdi Kanu properly. It is true some of us believe the federal government should have been able to handle issues of Nnamdi Kanu and our brother much more matured in such a way that it will not lead to agitation. Nobody is happy about what is happening in the southeast, and so we plead with our brothers who are asking people to stay at home to take a second look at it because it does appear we are inflicting more injuries on our people. It is affecting our economy in the southeast. I use the word "are" because whatever that happened to our brothers in the southeast also happened to us. So we are pleading with our brothers to adopt another means of agitating without having to pose danger to the livelihood or any other person for that matter, while we hope that the federal government would possibly find reasons these things are happening and will correct it. Those were the words of the Delta State government after they came out from a meeting. And we're going to be looking at the reactions of the people because a lot of people have spoken ever since Delta State government came up with this particular reaction. And someone here says Aniagu is a Biafran and Asaba is a Biafran city. Reason he choose his language very carefully. Even if you cry till next century, there is nothing you can do about it. Okoko Bioku. Now somebody reacted and he said, yes, Aniagu is linked with IPOB. It is obvious, but you know what? An Oroboman is coming on board, so we shall know if Asaba is Biafran. That one says something is wrong with your position on IPOB. Please be aware that Delta State has strong Igbo natives that have favorable sentiment for IPOB. The Igbos in 13 states of Nigeria, including Delta, are tired of being second-class citizens. Nnamdi Kanu represented them regardless of what you think. Your aspiration on Aniago is reprehensible. Someone here says, IPOB is proscribed and remain a terrorist organization. I want to believe the Aniago of a person was misquoted. The Igbo speaking part of Delta are not from the southeast. IPOB must stop this illusion, carving out a result in any part of Delta State. So many reactions coming in here. And this one says, you need to learn in peace that being Igbo is not about or limited to the geographical southeast. The Igbos are predominant in South-South too, and those Igbos in South-South are tired seeing their brothers in the southeast targeted for extermination while the Fulani run amok with no consequences. The conflagration will soon consume those who do not want to support the strife. The one say, don't say predominant because it is annoying vape to use. They are a minority in Delta and Rivers, just as Yorubas are a minority group in Kogi State. Another person here says, so why don't you? This one here say, take the spirit to Fulani now. The spirit has not been able to help you to win the presidency. The only thing that it is doing is stopping children from going to school and removing human aids and submitting them to an alert. So many reactions here, but some of them I just can't take it. This one here says there are no Igbos in Delta State, just as there are no Portuguese in Spain or Spanish in Portugal. The fact that people have or speak a sound like language does not make them the same. Otherwise, the correlation between Spanish and Portuguese in all things would have passed them as one people. But they are different people, just as Delta and Igbo. If you are to conduct a DNA test, most of the Ika or Nioma people have their origin from Benin to Edo. That is why their new Yam Festival are done as when Oba does Igwe Festival. There are lots of correlation between Edo and Delta people aside from the native people in those parts of the country. So much is being said here. But I believe that the guy was only speaking with wisdom considering what has been happening thus far in the country in terms of the tax and the man doesn't want to find himself under being attacked by people because of his statement. I think that's why he was counting his words. He doesn't want problem because you know that if you just speak anyhow, irrespective of your position and all of that, they will come after you with all their heart. So I think the man is trying to control what he's saying just to prevent that from happening. But be that as it may, for me, it's not really ideal for this sit at home. Whatever thing you have to do should be such that it's really having a direct effect on the people that is causing you pain. Sit at home, as much as it's kind of giving causing so much concern in the country. But I tell you the truth that the Fulanis and the presidency and they are enjoying themselves. Even if you stop everybody from working, the leftover money that you send down there that will be, disbursed to all the state, they will make sure that a chunk of it is still kept for themselves. So for me, I don't see any good reasons for it. You understand? Instead, let's try to be more professional and follow up maybe via the UN, pay strong lawyers who can stand in, just like what we saw. If you check our video, you're going to see it, what this guy, how far this issue of Biafra exit has been, which other tribes have even joined. I think that is more reasonable than this continuous issue of sit at home and all of that. That's where I like to leave it. Go to our comment section. Let's interact. Thank you very much and stay tuned.